Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. It is Friday morning. I woke up at 8:30. I dozed for a bit longer. Actually, I woke up early in that because it's my alarm that goes off for Lee and Brendan going to work. Oh, it's now about 9:15. I've woken up with something very odd going on with my hair. I'm going to have to get my straighteners out before I can go anywhere. I've done myself some gluten-free toast with raspberry jam. Made a cup of tea. I'm going to read my book for a bit. I'm really enjoying it. Then I think, well, I need to go and get some more lateral flow tests. So I've got to drive into Oxford. And there's a couple of places there I thought it might be nice to just go and explore. So I might have a bit of a van day. We will see. But the weather's looking all right. Anyway, I'm going to get on with eating my breakfast in bed with my book. It's 11 o'clock and I'm still being very lazy and I'm still reading. I did doze while I was trying to read. Kenzie's now awake. He's just had breakfast. But I'm not going to feel bad about being lazy this morning because it has been an exhausting week. It has. I feel like most of this year, apart from the month and a little bit where I wasn't working because schools were shut in the very first lockdown, I feel like I've spent most of this year with more than your standard amount of children to look after. Normally you have 3, maybe 4 under continuity of care, and then for a few hours after school, some big kids. I have spent most of my working week for the past year looking after 6 kids, 5, 6 kids, and then some after schoolers. And you know, in the holidays, I just feel like it's been holiday numbers for so long. I'm really craving some normal childcare numbers. Really craving normal childcare numbers. I've got another week of holiday numbers. Oh dear. And then hopefully a term, apart from whenever half term is, or I'm even lost. Where are we now? March? No, April. We're in April. So in 3 months' time, it'll be summer holidays. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I just want a significant period of just having 3 or 4 children during the day. That's what I would like. I'm going to stop moaning now and go back to my book. Kenzie's making a cup of tea. And then I really do need to go get in the van, get dressed, sort this out. Sort all of this out, if I'm honest. Go to the van. My lips are sore. It's all this change in weather. Keep putting lip salve on. Not that I have much in the way of lips anyway. I mean, look. I've got such thin lips. I'm going to stop moaning and go back to my book. Finally, trying to get myself organised and up. And a parcel arrived. And I always know what this is because I know the wrapping. This is actually, and this wasn't planned, I had this on anyway, Geek of Nature, which is my sister and sister-in-law's t-shirt business. Eco, sustainably sourced materials, eco dyes, eco material, eco production. Everything is like top eco sustainability. It's up there. And you can also get Worms Eye View t-shirts from their company. I will put a link down there for you. And if you like colouring in, you can colour in the wrapping. So, ripped. So I picked up some t-shirts. I have a new blue Worms Eye View t-shirt because I really like this bright blue and I quite like it on me. So Kenzie has one of these. I now have one of those. I also got their tree design because I'm trying to learn all of the trees. And when I saw that, I was like, brilliant. This can be my practice. I know it doesn't say the trees on it, but I can identify which each of those trees are, and then it'll help me remember, you know, because I want to know my trees better. I know a few. And then I got this one, which is jellyfish. Yeah, I got some jellyfish. There we are. Those are my new t-shirts that I bought. I will give you a link to the website. They have lots of kind of eco, environmental message type images. Lots of sort of seasonal type messages and images. They've got bees, turtles, you know, things that symbolise supporting different environmental causes. So yeah, go treat yourself to a new t-shirt or 3, like I have. They also do hoodies. They do kids sizes, adult sizes. They do standard sort of men's t-shirts, women's t-shirts. So they do like a standard t-shirt, and they will have like a woman's crew cut type t-shirt. Did I go with crew cut? Or did I go for normal? I think I might have gone for normal. Can't remember. I think it's normal. Had a feeling crew cut came up a bit short, if I remember Heather telling me correctly. It was up. Yeah. Anyway, I love their t-shirts. And if you no longer need their t-shirts, you can, like, if they've got damaged or stained or whatever, you can send them back to the company when you make an order. They can reuse the materials and you get a discount on your next t-shirt purchase. So far, I haven't disposed of any of my t-shirts. I will literally, I mean, this has got a slight stain on it and a couple of slight stains, but I'm like one of these that I will use it until it really is no good anymore. Yeah, so I'm pleased with that. Right, I'm going to put a load of laundry on. I have stripped the bed. I'm going to do my makeup and then head out. Clouds are coming over now. I've probably missed the best part of the day. But I'm not going to feel bad about it because I think I deserve a morning reading and dozing and just being relaxed. You having a nice lazy day? Mm-hmm. Is it amusing? You look amused.
Watching the VR chat videos.
Oh, is that what it is? Mm-hmm. Entertaining you. So I finally got myself out of bed and out on the road. So I'm going to pick up the tests first and then I'm going to take you to a treacle well. There is a story about the treacle well, but I'm not very good with names, so I might have to do it in several takes when we get there. Okay, so these guys aren't ready to dish out tests yet. The one in town is like 1 o'clock. Here it's 2:30. So I'm going to go and do the filming and then come back. But a bit of a shock to the system, being British and all. Obviously, as I was leaving the house, there was a big announcement made, and Prince Phillip has passed away. He's been in and out of hospital a lot. I hoped he would make it to his 100th birthday. But Buckingham Palace have announced that he's passed away. So I ought to do something to, what's the word? Acknowledge that, I think, in my video at some point. So I'm going to go and film this video and have a think about how I can do something to touch on what's happening for the royal family at the moment. There are people who are not into the royal family, and I'm not a big royalist who's, you know, overly big on the royal family, but I'm British and the royal family is a big part, I think, of Britain. Yeah, so I'm feeling for them right now. We are in a tiny hamlet called Windsor. Teeny tiny hamlet of just a few houses and a church. I'm going to take you to see what is called a treacle well, and I'll tell you all about it when we get there. You have to excuse there are some very noisy birds that keep squawking. So let me take you to this well. I've just noticed a cat up the tree. Hello, pussycat. I think it's trying to watch the very noisy birds. There's geese and ducks and oh goodness knows what else, making a lot of noise over there. I've just been having a lovely chat with that lady in that van. So she bought that van in August and then found out her eyesight wasn't great, but couldn't actually get her eyesight tested because we were in lockdown, and so she's not really travelled in it at the moment, but she plans to. But she said she lived for 4 years in New Zealand in a van. So we've just been having a lovely chat. She's just shown me the inside of hers. I've just shown her the inside of mine. Yeah, really lovely lady. She's really looking forward to getting out and exploring a bit, as we all are at the moment. So yes, I think this coming weekend, I think it's the first weekend we can explore officially a bit further from home. At this time of year, I think it's the only time you can truly tell where the blackthorn is, because it goes white and you can see it. The rest of the time it just looks like a bit of hedge, but at this time of year the blackthorn blossom is beautiful. Makes it look like there's snow everywhere. This place really is very hidden. So if you're looking for Windsor, where I've been today, you have to drive pretty much into the centre of Oxford really, and then out over the Thames, and a little bit further up the road, and then there's quite a hidden turning, and it just takes you to the back of beyond. And actually I think I'm going to be doing this route again when Jackie and I eventually manage to get to do the Thames route, following the Thames from its source all the way to the Thames barrier in London. When we walk it, obviously not in one go, it's 187 miles or something, but that is something we will be doing. And yeah, I believe we have to come through here because we're so close to the Thames. I believe this is part of the route. Kenzie Bear, I was asked by people who are interested in your diet change what you thought of that ice cream.
Good.
You liked it, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
What was that flavour?
Salted caramel.
Can you remember what the other flavour was they had?
No, they had fudge in it.
Did it?
Yeah.
So you want to try the other one as well?
Yeah, there aren't any other ones, like the chocolate ones or anything.
Cool. So far, how is the diet going for you?
Okay.
Okay. Are you managing to still eat, you know, things that you like, just slightly different?
Not as much.
Not as much. But it's not as terrible as it could be.
Mm.
Cool. Today's dinner for Lee and myself, burger, wedges, and a tomato and chilli salad. Come on then, be my guinea pig. I haven't done a guinea pig for a while.
Rat.
Guinea rat.
There's a bit of
Well, that's not very exciting. You know what they taste like.
oh good.
There's a bit of a chilli and tomato salad there.
Chili in a tomato or chili in
Chilli and tomato.
chili in tomato. Right. It's a big fat juicy burger.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yeah, that's a good one. The eyes vanish into your head. Good, you approve. Okay, you haven't tested the tomato,
It's
chili
fantastic.
tomato. Fantastic.
It's fantastic.
Okay. Good, we're happy with it all.
Tomatoes are good anyway.
Good. I found a dandelion delivery on my doorstep. One of the kids in the village has obviously been out picking dandelions for the tortoises. And Toothless always gets his fair share as well.
Because otherwise it's just mean looking at them through the glass when he likes them so much. I'm not sure where the other tortoise is. Sniff, sniff.
It's now about 8 o'clock at night, and I couldn't come up with anything that I thought was befitting, you know, like a tribute to Prince Philip. I thought maybe I could visit somewhere in Oxford while I was there that he had opened or had some link to, but that required some research really, and then it chucked it down. I mean, absolutely bucketed it down. Not here, but when I drove back home it was really dry here, but yeah, in Oxford it just chucked it down. So yeah, I kind of feel like I haven't really said anything apart from when I found out in this video. But I do want to say something about it because it's a big part of our history and I think that's worth documenting. And I suppose for me, I mean, you know, he was 70 years by the Queen's side, sort of, I think 60 years of that as her consort, followed his own passions, and one of his passions was nature and ecology and making difference to, well, at that point it was global warming, I suppose, all that kind of stuff, wasn't it? Climate change and what have you. And I'm quite, you know, that's me, that's something that's always bothered me, the way animals are treated and the way we treat this planet, people littering, polluting, all those things have bothered me all my life. And he was one of the founders for the World Wildlife Fund, which I was a member of when I was little. And one of his causes was protecting the elephants from the ivory trade, you know, obviously being killed for their tusks. And elephants are my favourite animals. And so his work, particularly in that area, is something that has inspired me, I suppose, and is also, you know, something that personally meant something to me because elephants were my favourite animal. Yeah, and I think when you look at people like Charles and Harry, no, Charles and William, well, Harry as well, but Charles and William, they quite openly talk about, Charles in particular, I think, talks about environmental issues and making a change and improving the way we treat the planet and looking after it better. So I'd like to think that his dad inspired Charles, and obviously Grandad inspired Will and Harry to have that bond with nature and to have a passion about protecting it. So that's just my little thing I think I'm going to say about today's loss. I do want to go to Windsor. It's only up the road. It's just up the motorway. I do want to go to Windsor and maybe go light a candle or something outside Windsor Castle, which is where he passed away this morning. At Windsor Castle, the flag started flying at half-mast, which people then started to suspect something was going on. But I would like to just go this weekend, but I think it's going to be really busy. I think there's already a lot of people laying flowers. And from what the news have said, everyone's been really good, keeping socially distanced for the most part and respecting that. And they're just laying flowers and sort of having a few minutes quiet just outside the castle. But I don't think I'll go during the day. I think Lee and I might drive up tomorrow evening or Sunday evening maybe, depending on the weather, before it gets dark, when things should have quietened down a little bit,
and maybe go light a candle or something. Right, so on that note, yeah, a very sad day in history, in British history. A day of mourning, and my heart goes out to all the royals and everybody who has been personally touched by his passing. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I will see you all tomorrow.